Hey, cuties. Welcome back to 5 Years Time Podcast with your host, Grace. I have been sitting here, prepared to record, and then I got picked up on doing something that I said I wouldn't do prior to recording because I tried doing it this morning and it was stressing me out. And then all of a sudden I sat down at the computer. I was like, oh, maybe it'll be better on my desktop because I was trying it on mobile before. And then it stressed me out again. And then after I get stressed, I like to scroll on social media to ignore all my responsibilities. And that's a bad quality in me. So now I just press record. I was like, I'm just starting. I don't care where we are or like thinking my thoughts through right now or a transition or anything. I didn't even bring a drink because I'm going to tell you more about my drink of the week after this because it's a little bit of a funny story. But anyways, we're jumping into this week's episode. So hey cuties, welcome back. This week we're going to be talking about something that's really prevalent in my life, especially just telling you about what had just occurred as to what brought me here is the silent walk, which is a trend going around on TikTok, I believe. It kind of popped up on my feed this morning. I think it might be in early stages, but I am a lover of all things silent walk. So I thought we could break into it even more. But before that, let's get into our weekly recap. And I'm kind of regretting not bringing some water. I could go for a little drink right now, but this is where we're at. Okay, this past weekend was so busy, cuties. We were just booked and busy. And I really tried to prepare myself going into the weekend knowing that. And I think I did a good job. And I feel like today was my crash day. I thought yesterday I would be like really exhausted and it was super rainy. And all I had to do yesterday was laundry and watch my shows. You know, my Monday routine. I love it so much. I had to do a few other things, but like that was my biggest thing that I needed to get done. And I did. My laundry basket was so overflowing. And I could not settle to watch a show. Like, I literally couldn't. I'm trying to watch Selling Sunset, which I'll talk about later. And I could not just settle into it. Like, I couldn't, I had so much energy. So I think I was still like bouncing off of my weekend energy. But today, oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so tired. I also didn't sleep well last night. I woke up at like, I accidentally fell asleep with Roe. Okay. First issue, a little too early. And then I woke up at like 2:30 and I was up until 5. Like I could not fall asleep. And then I was woken up by Queen Cutie Row at 5:45. So yeah, I just did not have a good night's sleep and I'm just feeling so low energy. And I think I'm just like on that drain from the weekend. And it happens to be on Tuesday, which is one of my busiest get things done day of the week, which is totally fine because once I get into the groove of getting things done, I feel so much better. And the trick for me is getting out of the house. Like it's really hard for me if I'm in a low energy place to find energy if I'm staying in one environment. So thankfully I did grocery shopping after I dropped Ro off and that really brought some energy. I also stopped at Starbucks, which I typically don't do throughout the week, but I knew I needed a little caffeine something and I didn't want to have caffeinated coffee. We have some caffeinated beans here because it would just do the opposite. Like, because I had to do other things that were sitting down, like recording the podcast involves sitting down. I need to do some administrative stuff. So I knew that I wasn't going to be like up and moving around. And so if I'm not up and moving around and I have caffeine, like it just affects me poorly, which is why I drink decaf. So I went for a matcha and I don't have matcha here. So I went to Starbucks and I got my favorite matcha drink and it did help. But I literally was like, oh, I can also bring it on the podcast. Guess what, cutes? Well, I had 3 red lights on the way home and I finished it. Every red light, I was like, I also feel like it had so much ice in it this time, so not as much liquid. But anyways, that's just a little energy update for you. But this weekend was busy because we had Ro's baptism on Sunday. And then last minute, we went up north to visit my sister-in-law Becca for her birthday, which was so much fun. And I'm so happy we did it. I was feeling a little bit like, oh, maybe it'll be stressful because we're hosting people on Sunday. But already because it was the circumstance of a baptism means everyone comes home at the same time. I needed to have everything prepared ahead of time and I was keeping it simple. So, yeah, I'm just happy that we like went and jumped at the opportunity. I love saying yes even when sometimes I feel like I want to say no, but I'm always happy that I said yes because usually if I say no, then it's like I end up just staying home and like not filling that time with anything that would have been better. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, we had a great time. We drove to Trevor's parents and then we all carpooled together, and it was a very stuffy, comfy ride, but we had a good time. It wasn't that far. We weren't like going so far up north. We were just headed to like the start of Muskoka, and there ended up being a festival, and we went and picked up Becca, and we went into town and had some lunch, went to around the festival. I ran into so many cuties. That was fun. And then um, we got a tour of Becca's work. Oh, we also went to the lake and we had some birthday crumble, and I thought it was going to be so cold, and I dressed in pants, and I even brought a big sweater, but I didn't even wear that. But it was so warm, and we went to the lake and splashed around for a bit. Ro was so excited. She just went in her clothes. We had a big debate in the morning. We were like, should we bring bathing suit? Should we not? And then we were like, oh, it's going to be too cold. But then it was so nice. I would have 100% gone into the water if I had my bathing suit, but I just rolled up my pants and walked in as far as I could. And then we went back and dropped back off, and she gave us a tour of her work. It's so cute. And we got a little inside scoop on what she's up to this summer. So that was lots of fun. And then we headed home, and I spent the drives editing and working on that stuff. So that was great and a great use of my time. And I feel like I was just really time efficient, which I was happy about. Got home and started making rose cake for the next day. And then Sunday, we got up and got busy. Me, Ro, and Trevor were preparing the house for having people over, prepping all the food. And then we went and did Ro's baptism, which worked out great. And it was just her and another little baby that were getting baptized. And they both did amazing. No tears, no anything. And then we had our barbecue, and it was so fun. And it was not a super sunny day, but it also wasn't raining. So that was good. And the people who wanted to go in the pool hopped in the pool. So good for them. I did not, because woo, it was going to be cold. But yeah, and it was a really lovely weekend. We also bought a barbecue, which is so exciting. We've been meaning to do that for the past 3 years and like could not decide what we wanted. So we finally just got a charcoal barbecue, and Trevor has used it twice now. He made the like sausages and hamburgers for the party, but he also tested out a steak on the night that we got it. And I'm going to try barbecuing a couple times this week. And I have only ever cooked like frozen burgers on a barbecue before, and I don't think I've ever really used a charcoal barbecue. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun. I got some fun meals planned. We're also so busy this week, and we're not really going to have that many at-home meals as a family, and probably more eaten out and about because we all kind of have a wild schedule. So I only have a couple meals that I plan to barbecue, and then the rest just simple, easy things. But that's pretty much the weekly recap. I spent most of the week just cleaning and getting organized for entertaining. And I always love after I entertain that my house is so like organized and put together. And I'm always like, keep it this way. And then, in a month or so, it's like, but I'm going to try my hardest. But yeah, so that's the weekly recap. Let's get into our snack and drink of the week. My drink of the week. I already have said this as my drink, but I've had it. Oh, sorry. I had a little bubble in my throat. I have already said this is my drink of the week, but I am still stuck on it. And it is my matcha from Starbucks. And I'm in like a needing energy mode, and I just love it so much. So if you haven't tried it yet, it's just an iced matcha with oat milk. I was like, what is it with? With oat milk. And then you sub the simple syrup or whatever syrup they put in it for brown sugar syrup. And you put some cold foam on top. And it is so delicious. It's just so refreshing and creamy. And it tastes like a bubble tea. It's so good. And then my snack of the week is sour jubes. We're bringing back the sour jubes. Fun fact about me, I absolutely love jubes, but specifically, I love sour ones. And Farm Boy always has bags of them at the checkout. And I used to like pick them up every week, like religiously. I just loved having them in my house. And then I guess I kind of got off of them, but we're bringing them back. I feel like they're very much like summer fun snack plate vibes. Pop them on there. I just love them so much. So, and if you like sour candy, I've never had a sour jube, you got to try them. They have them at like most bulk food shops too. But if you have a Farm Boy, they're always at the cash. Yum. Okay, let's get into, oh my gosh, we're already at this week I learned. We are just rocking and rolling today, cuties. So let's get into this week I learned. This week, I learned about the movement of the silent walk. I think I have always enjoyed silent walking, especially on rainy days. I just love like a rainy day walk. There's something about it. I have two favorite walking. Well, I guess I have three favorite walking weathers, but okay, I'm going to say two. I love like a rainy, drizzly walk, like not downpour. I actually don't mind a downpour one either if I like know that I can get home and change. But there's something about like just before a storm comes or just before the rain comes in and it's just gets so gray and the wind all of a sudden switches to cool and then the drizzle comes. Like there's something so magical about that. And then my other this is also this other one is just like my general favorite being outside is when the sun is shining and it's like creating that dappled light on the ground. But there's big bustles of wind, but they're not at our level. They're like up in the trees and they're creating this like magical sound of the trees moving. And you just feel this like power surrounding you. And it's like sun sprinkling through, the trees are moving, and you just feel like you're beneath it, but like within it at the same time. I don't know. It's this magical out of body experience. If you haven't experienced it, you gotta pay closer attention to when you're outside and the trees are making sound. Then really soak it in and think, oh, is this it? Is this the big bustles of wind? um, which is actually what it's like outside right now. Like when I came home from the grocery store, I was like, oh, today is this type of weather, or like right now is. So I think after this episode, I might go on a silent walk and really soak it in and then sit outside and edit my TikTok for today because I love it. Okay, so back to silent walk. I actually said this at the beginning of the podcast. Let me just get a little more comfy into my seat. Was that I was feeling a little stressed out about something and then I went to do it and it was frustrating me. And so I took my social media break, which I'm really trying not to do. I'm in, I get, I go in waves with like my watching of content. And right now I'm in a distractive watching of content mode and I need to not be in that because it really makes me have so much brain fog. I also just like don't I also put off like things that need to be done and then I feel really like it's a procrastination and then I feel really stressed later on in the week when it's like, oh my gosh, I need to do this and blah 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 blah. It's like I wish I just did it then. Like I wish I didn't go on social media and scroll aimlessly between each task, especially when it's like I haven't even completed the task. And I'm back to waking up and going on my phone first thing, which is the worst, or even worse, I wake up in the middle of the night and instead of falling back asleep, I go on my phone and don't even go straight to put on a podcast. It's like I open up an app, TikTok, Instagram, and it's like, why did I do that? So I'm just in a bad routine right now and it happens and I give myself grace and I know that I'll get back out of it. But one of the best ways for me to break that is to physically move. I already spoke about this, how when I'm in my house, it's really hard for me in low energy moods to find that boost of energy to get started on a task or to get going on something or even just feel good about whatever I'm working on. But like when I leave the house and I'm out and about, especially if I'm in community, I'm with other people, I'm bouncing off energies, like it really makes the difference for me. And so this is where the silent walk comes in because truth is a lot of my days are spent at home because I work from home or I work from wherever I want to work, but like majority of it is from home in my kitchen or in the studio or on the couch, literally anywhere. But I need to get out and moving first thing, not even necessarily first thing in the morning, but like first thing in my work process to really feel energized and also feel clarity, especially when I'm in these low energy, brain foggy modes, picking up my phone in between silences. Like, allow yourself to feel that boredom. I have an episode all about this of why boredom is so good. But like truly, when you go on these walks, these silent walks, the whole process of it, or the whole purpose of a silent walk is basically you're going on a walk and you're not having any distraction. So no podcast, no music, no phone. Like you can have your phone with you, but like you're not on your phone, you're not working, you're not on a call. You're just you, your thoughts, feet to the ground, walk, walk in. At first, it might feel really, really uncomfortable, and it might feel like this is going to be a long thing. And it doesn't have to be that long of a walk in the first place. Like, I think TikTok, they're saying like a 30-minute daily walk, which like is good. But like you can start with just walking around the block. And you at first will feel uncomfortable, especially if you're someone who feels like you spiral a lot in your thoughts, but you will feel uncomfortable. But you will move past that uncomfortable and you will enter this place of like connection with yourself. You'll start to, sorry, I just hit my mic. You'll start to feel your breath. You'll start to turn inwards and you'll start to sense what is beneath that brain fog, which is your creative power. Your clarity lives beneath there. Once you cancel out those distractions and you breathe in the fresh oxygen, you notice the birds chirping. You notice the big bustles of wind going through the trees. You see the way your shadow grows and contracts with the way that you turn each way as your walk continues towards the sun, away from the sun, all of that stuff. You notice all these fine details. You notice the new blood, why did I say blood? Bud blooming in your neighbor's garden as you pass by. You enter this state of flow and it's so refreshing and it really just like sets you up. I also think like especially if you work in like a creative field or just in general need a little bit of that creative energy, it's such an amazing place to gain ideas and to work through thoughts, to work through ideas, to work on the details of something. And you just have this like ideation walk in these silent walks. There's lots of clarity that comes from it, but also I just feel like it's so energizing, especially like you can do it at any point during the day and multiple times. But I think for me personally, to start my day off right, I need to get out, get out into the real world and out of my comfort home bubble and go on a silent walk. It's so refreshing. I also love it at the end of a day, especially if you've had a really stressful day and you feel like really stressed out about maybe your to-do list tomorrow or just something that's happened throughout the day or a busyness that's coming up, just like ending your day, your work day, or your day in general before bed on going on a silent walk and just like reconnecting with yourself, reconnecting with your breath, reconnecting with nature, and just getting into that flow state is such a beautiful use of time. Instead of picking up your phone and sitting there and distracting yourself with literally so much noise, like so much noise. I want to be so much better at this, and this is why I am saying it out loud and being bringing it to fruition, because I feel like a lot of the time I think of things that I want to do and I never talk about them. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I said I was going to do that. And the weather's been so much cooler and we also had all the smoke. So I haven't been able to get on my paddleboard, which has been a beautiful thing as well, because paddleboard has to be a silent paddleboard. Like you can't really bring your headphones out in the water. So I've been loving my silent paddleboarding, and I am now going to bring back my silent walks, and they're super accessible and you just have to get outside the door, and I'm really excited about that. So if you feel like you're in this moment in your life where you're just feeling super brain foggy, distractible, you're bringing distracting energy into your life, I encourage you to come on a silent walk and just break away and be with you as one, and and feel your creative juices flowing. I am just bip bopping booping all over the place with my mic today because I literally just like jumped into this and didn't like set it up or set my body up in a way. I just wanted to be like, hey cuties. But yeah, so we're in our silent walking era, cuties, okay? We have done the hot girl walks. Now it is the silent walks. I think it's going to be something special. Might feel uncomfortable, but uncomfortable is good. It's good for growth. It's good for pushing yourself. I'm really excited. I'm really excited for my silent walk after this when I get to go and experience the big bustles of the leaves. My favorite. Okay, let's get into roses, buds, and thorns. Hey, cuties. Roses, buds, and thorns. Oh, my rose this week, I think, was just hosting Rose barbecue because this was her first, I feel like this was our first thing that we have hosted for her specifically for people to come to. I'm trying to think, like, is it? I'm pretty sure it is. So that was really fun. And it was fun because she was so excited about it. And also, it was just so fun because me and Trevor and her worked so well together as a team to get everything organized. And like on Sunday morning, this is like my big rose on Sunday morning was we needed to like tidy up and clean up a bit. And she like jumped fully in and was participating and so excited. And just like she put in the work too. And I think like that means a lot to me as a parent to just see that she loves to get involved. But also, I think that means a lot to her because she now knows, like, I don't know, she has a greater understanding of like the work that goes into putting on an event, and like she appreciates it and wants to be part of it. And that just meant so much to me. It was so fun. And I love when me, her, and Trev all get to come together as a team and work for like a greater goal. It's so fun. It feels rewarding. My thorn for this week, I think, is just I'm feeling a little stressed about something that I need to get done. And it's literally not even that big of a deal. It's just like so frustrating because I'm trying to figure out how to switch like what is it called? A setting in my one of my online services I use, and I can't figure it out. And it's just frustrating me. That's literally the only issue. And yeah, so I mean, not the worst thorn to have. I'm not mad about it. I'm just frustrated and I want to figure it out. And my bud is I'm really looking forward to our strawberry festival this weekend. That's We have a busy week ahead. I have so many things I'm looking forward to. I'm going into Toronto for a day, which is going to be so fun. We have our strawberry festival this weekend, which we've worked all hard towards and just like doing it. And I don't want to say getting it over, but like literally just like getting past it because it feels like this thing that's just like ominous that we need to get done, but I'm looking forward to it. And then my brother's coming to stay with us for a week, so that'll be so fun. And Rose really looking forward to that. And it's already going to be her last week of school next week. Like, what the heck, before summer? And so there's so much fun stuff going up. We're going on a little staycation for a week and before summer camp starts for her. And so I just feel like there's so much stuff. So I'm really just looking forward to this week. June is busy for us. Okay, let's get into entertainment recap. Entertainment recap. Okay, cuties. I have kind of put a hold on Desperate Housewives just because I really last week, I just have not had time to watch anything recently. And then I finally sat down, I think maybe it was Friday evening. I don't even know. I finally sat down one evening and was like, I just need to put something on. And Desperate Housewives was not calling to me, but I will get back to it. I will get back to it. And I decided to start. Well, I saw that. What is that show called? No, it's not that. I can't think of it. Anyways, there was a show that I saw that came out on Netflix, the a new season, and I was like, oh, maybe I'll watch that. But then I was like, oh no, I wanted to watch Selling Sunset. Let's watch that. And I love Selling Sunset because they're like easy bingeable episodes, and they're not like too deep or anything. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put on Selling Sunset. And then I got interested into it. So I was like, okay, perfect. On Monday, when I start watching my show and do laundry, I'm going to do Selling Sunset. So I did. And like, I just could not, like, I feel like I'm into it. I'm excited. I'm going to watch it again. Like, I'm excited to finish it. I'm probably almost done it. I feel like the episodes aren't long. Um, but yeah, I mean, so far, I feel like on TikTok, everyone made it seem like there was so much drama and like I can't believe this, and it was so divided. But right now I really feel like I guess there's drama between Chriselle and that girl who I can't remember her name, and I don't remember her from other seasons, but she's been there for like she's worked at there for a long time, but I think she's just in this season. I'm not sure, but anyways, I don't quite understand their beef. um yeah, and then there's the new girl that's come in, and I don't think that there's really beef there at all. I don't know. I don't know where the drama is fully yet. That's like really truly, oh my gosh, like what's happening? I can't believe it. It's so divided. It just seems like a little bit of gossip here, a little bit of gossip there. So far it's not like, whoa. so much to break down, but maybe it'll get juicier. So anyways, I'm still watching it. Love Island started. I haven't watched it. I just really don't have the time now. So I think I might even just wait until the fall when it comes out. It usually comes out on Hey You like in September. So I might wait till then. We'll see if I have an inkling to watch it, or if I really want to watch it before that, then I'll go for it. But I might just wait till the fall, which is exactly what I did last year. So we'll see. We'll see. But I have been keeping up with Below Deck. It's coming to an end soon, but it was it's good. I always love Below Deck. Sailing Out, that's the one I'm watching. Other than that, I haven't been watching anything, and I am just feeling like, I don't know, not in a TV mood right now, which is happens, it happens. And then I get into a TV mood and it's like, I want to watch everything and I love it all so much. So what can I say? But that's my entertainment recap. I feel like I just like rushed through this episode. I did not mean to do that, cuties, at all. Like I sometimes I just come on here and it's like chickadee chickadee chalk chalk chalk. I don't even know what chickadee chickadee chalk 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 means, but talk talk talk. Today I just like, was I talking too fast? I feel like I'm always talking fast, but anywho, that is this week's episode. We're all going to go on our silent girl walks. We're turning off our phones or leaving them behind. We're breaking out of the habit of distraction and just reconnecting with ourselves, with our inner thoughts, beneath the spiraling or negative or stress or anything, but like the true quality of thought that we have within ourselves, and discovering all of that goodness. I'm really looking forward to it because I'm kind of so over that feeling of brain fog, when it just feels like you're so unsettled all the time. I can't stand that. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I hope that we can all join together and just break out of the distraction and really embrace our connection with ourselves and our inner thoughts. So love you all so much. Thank you so much for joining us. The power has not gone out, so that is amazing. I'm so sorry about last week's episode not being up on YouTube, but because the power went out, it just didn't upload the video part, which I was just happy the audio got uploaded. But I think today we are in luck and everything will be good to go. We'll be up on YouTube as well. You can go subscribe over there for my week in my life vlogs, which come out on Sunday. And then we have obviously the podcast on Wednesdays. I also did a bunch of fun vlogging this past weekend over on TikTok, so you can go check that out. Follow me over on Instagram at 5 Years Time Podcast everywhere, and we can keep up to date with each other. I love you all so much. Let's go on our silent walk, turn off this podcast, and get out there. Okay. Toodles poodles. Mwah. Bye, cuties.